world tomorrow. And it's happening at breakneck speed. So what I'm going to share with you today is a couple of things. It says there sort of digital world, big data, security. I'm not going to talk about IOT and cloud and all that. I'm going to try and put it into a business context within the fourth industrial revolution. What I'm going to try and help you with is positioning for change. How to make that transition from where we are today into this game-changing area. And what the fourth industrial revolution is about is the fusion between the physical, the digital, and the biological, and actually not far off will be the neurological as well. So this might be a bit scary, and some of the things I'm going to say, you'll go, oh my goodness me, are we going to get there? But I promise you, there are some sort of big benefits associated with it. So, can I just have a quick show of hands so we get somebody, some interaction here? Who's heard of Moore's Law? Not many. So I try that again. Who's heard of Moore's Law? No, not many people? Okay. So I would guess then that nobody's heard of Metcalfe's Law. One? Okie dokie, couple. Right. The reason I want to put this into context is that Moore's Law is about something that was coined quite some time ago now, in the beginning of Silicon Valley, that describes the integrated circuits that double every 2 years. So that's why our computing power has gone through the roof over the last 30, 40, 50 years. That's now coming to an end. We have got to the point where technology is squeezed so much that we actually can't squeeze it in a chip anymore. Metcalfe's Law, on the other hand, is the sum of the nodes, the parts, to create the network. Okay? Now, why is that important? And it'll all become clear. The reason is, when you combine Moore's Law with the efficiency of Metcalfe's Law, you start to get an increase of numbers of nodes. Basically, you get IOT gone crazy. All right? So these are quite important sort of buzzwords that you'll hear around the industry. But I think that really needs to put into the context of what the fourth industrial revolution is. So the World Economic Forum has actually done some fantastic research, and I would advise you to sort of follow them on LinkedIn. They put some great stuff out, and I work with the World Economic Forum on the fusion between the physical, digital, and biological. And there's a number of huge tipping points that are starting to happen in the next 7 years, okay? So the physical, again, I just want to put these things into context for you. Pervasive AI. What that means is that you embed AI into your culture completely. It just is. You need to think of AI like electricity. It's going to go through everything. Okay, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. Like the data coin, you heard it on the press, it's like the new oil. It's actually the new currency, right? But what Dubai have done is they've already appointed in government a minister for AI, right? And now they're taking it to Minister for AI and Data. That means everything is going to be throughout the culture of the organisation. But there's a couple of things, little stats. I won't read all these out. But you can see on the bottom left, AI machine on the board of directors. That's happening now. That's not 7 years away. All right? So when you think about that, IBM, for instance, have created a product called Project Debater, which enables AI to look at all of your data within your organization, sit on the board and debate with the people on what's the good and bad, and takes all the statistics. So this is happening. The physical side is happening now. The digital, you've heard about blockchain over the last couple of days. I won't go and bore you with that. The banking sector is transformational by nature. But look at the one on the bottom. 80% of storage will be free within the next 7 years on personal devices. That's capable, so that makes it capable because of Moore's Law and Metcalfe's Law. And also, it means that 5G, when 5G comes, and it's coming now, it means edge computing. That means we have a culture where I can download a movie in a second and I can dispose of it. I don't need to store anything on my mobile device. So this is changing, right? And this is happening. So the impact on the IT industry in terms of storage and the whole cloud story and IoT, this starts to become real. So we need to transform. Cryptocurrencies are coming. the fintech model is absolutely crucial, and I would definitely urge, and I concur with Ian 100%, this is something that you really need to embrace, really, as far as a culture. But look on the biological, on the right-hand side. First implantable mobile phone within the next 7 years. I don't know about you, any of you with kids, I don't like it even when my kids bring the mobile phone to the dinner table, you know, I get quite frustrated. I'm not quite sure I'm happy about that one, but it won't be a mobile phone in its current form because the storage will change and all the 5G, but certainly that is coming. And we're already seeing both 3G and 4D, printed liver cells and the biological start and the whole technology around healthcare, and that's where augmented and artificial intelligence is really starting to make a difference. There's a lot more, but I just wanted to give you a flavour that this is game-changing, okay?